For the next couple seasons, I want to get to one of the top riders in the world and try to get to the 2014 Olympics.
My life goal has been to go to the Olympics. It's what I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid.
Join us as we follow some of Canada's top alpine snowboarders as they travel the globe in search of new destinations, adventure, and gold.
Being able to do this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, even if, you know, we don't reach our goals. Like, I've lived an incredible life getting to see all these places around the world.
Traveling with the Calgary Snowboard Club, it's a good environment. Everybody gets along pretty well, and it's a small, tight-knit family.
The thing I like most about racing is probably the speed, being on edge and the adrenaline rush.
Go for it and see who's best. It was the best feeling ever.
See how it goes. That's good.
I think my favorite part about these Euro tours, especially this time of year, is the weather. Really, you can't go wrong. We're sitting out here, it's plus 20, and we get to go snowboarding in the mornings and hang out, play soccer, go swimming in the afternoon. So it's really just a relaxed sort of summer chill, just a really easy sort of pace, and it makes competition a lot easier, just getting that solid downtime. This Euro trip, we started off in Spain, Barcelona, headed down to La Molina for the first World Cup. Then we came over to Valmalenco, Italy for the second World Cup. Then we're finishing off in Rogla, Slovenia for the Europa Cup finals.
We're just doing our typical gear stuff into the into the van, and the cargo van's going to go from here in Spain to right up to Valmalenco, and we're going to go mess around in Barcelona for a few days and meet up with all our equipment in Italy.
Someone had to bring the gear from La Molina to Valmalenco because we have about at least 12 snowboard bags and duffel bags and tuning equipment and exercise bikes. Probably have at least a ton of equipment back here, and everyone wanted to go have fun in Barcelona, didn't want to bring their stuff on the plane. So two very lucky, handsome, or at least one is very handsome, the driver, got the great opportunity to go for a road trip for 2 days, hit the Mediterranean, hang out on the beach, but also get to spend at least 6 hours a day driving a nice big blue beautiful van.
Yeah, it definitely makes it easier on us having the support staff have to do the grunt work for us. Let the camera guy and the tech do all the driving of our gear, and we'll get to spend an extra few days in between trips. Last night we landed in Barcelona, and now we're heading out to the cathedral. Check it out, it's apparently the newest cathedral in the world, still being built. It's been under construction for the past 300 years. Damn, I'm like a tour guide. And
You got a map.
I do have a map, so we're in search of the new cathedral here in Barcelona. Well, I like to think that I do know how to read a map. Sometimes it gets a little bit harder when you don't speak the language of the map and you're trying to look at road signs which are nearly non-existent. Yeah, but we're down here at Puigjuedas. So we're
oh yeah, so you have to go.
Yeah.
Over.
Up and over. We'll go up and over. Oh yeah, 1 block that way.
Yeah?
Well, possibly. Darren was, as far as his ability and effort to help me read the map, was questionable. Palisades, that's like this one, so we're there. So we just go 1 over, 1 down.
Got one right there.
We're apparently right there, so 1 over, 1 down. But the moral support I felt was invaluable, so we'll just say that he did a good job.
We'll go down this way and then.
That way and that way. That way, that way. That way, that way.
Are we getting on?
No, the
Which one?
Jayum the first.
The next one.
Yeah. Barcelona and Spain in general seems to be pretty liberal on what they like to put on posters. Very expressive, a lot of different kind of advertisements, stuff you definitely don't see in North America.
Is he a rat?
No, there's a naked lady on the poster. I think we stopped to look at the map probably every 4 feet, it felt like. Just because as soon as you start going one way, you just get this little gut feeling that, no, this isn't where we're supposed to be going. I have no idea where we are. It's somewhere around here. And then you do a few circles, and then you get lost which direction you're facing, and then you finally pick a new direction. It turns out the new direction is the same direction you were going. Oh, let's follow those signs because that might be cathedral. That looks like the same picture that's on here. I'm pretty sure this is just another old sick building in Barcelona, but not the new cathedral. This thing looks finished. Well, so we walk into this church and once again, we're not even sure we're in the right place at this point. Wow, this cathedral's a little less impressive than what it had been built up to. It's probably had something to do with it being the wrong cathedral. Whoa, Santa Rita, like, Sublime song?
Santeria.
You're right. Look at that, it's like a zoo and a church all together. Little ducks have a little duck church back there.
Are they ducks or swans?
I guess it's a swan church. We're not going to be correct here, Cliff. Let me call them ducks. Anything with a beak and wings looks like that is a duck. Just a big duck. Yeah, I'd say this is holy water if ever I saw some. As we're walking around, we see this rack of the brochures, and there's Spanish, Italian, German, every language, and then we get to the little English section and they're all gone. So that was incredibly unhelpful. It definitely didn't help us figure out that we were in the wrong place, and didn't help us learn anything about this church. So we walked up to this little thing. It was basically a light switchboard with a bunch of electronic candles in it, and hoping that by sticking the money into these little lights for the church, that some of that good energy would come back to me and help me out with my snowboarding career. Well, I think the 10 euro cents was doing more than 0 euro cents, so I mean, it's got to go somewhere. It's got to be worth something.
Since we know nothing of this area, we went with some suggestions from the Germans, and we're just gonna wing it. Drive a big freaking van in a very small place. Hope for the best. Well, really, I get to be outside. The majority of my job in the afternoons is scraping boards and being stuck in a windowless room. Now I get to be outside in the sun, beautiful Santa Margherita, Italy. Just hanging out, just palm trees everywhere, no work, cruising, got all the time in the world. So this is the end of our 2-day summer vacation in Italy and France. Time to get back to the real world, get out of the fantasy world. Have an orange or two before we go. Back to the mountains.
We were originally looking for this, whoa. Yes, we're in a field covered in so there are flies everywhere.